So, do you remember doing this at all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the kids have completely forgotten.
I
So,
think we missed this class.
did you? Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. So, in Sanskrit, plurals, I will just increase the font size here. So, Sanskrit, you know how in English we have one boy, two boys. But in Sanskrit, you have one boy, two boys, and many boys. So there is two boys as well, or two. The dual is also there, okay? For instance, two eyes, 2 years. So when it comes to pairs, the dual is used usually, or two people. But for the purposes of our class, we are not going to be touching upon dual at this stage. We'll do it at a much later stage. Okay. So right now we're going to understand the concept of how plurals for nouns work. And then we'll also see how the verbs change according to the plurals of the nouns. Okay. So when it comes to masculine, what do masculine words singular end in?
Ah.
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 Excellent. Ah. Okay. So Rama, Krishna, Balarama, Govinda, Prahlada. But if you want to say there are many Ramas, Rama, many Krishnas, Krishna, many Balaramas would be
Balaramaha.
Balarama, many uh, many lions.
Singhaha.
Very good. Simha. Okay. Many elephants.
Gajaha.
Gajaha. Many goats.
Oh.
Ajaha.
Bahu samichinam. Ajaha. Many men.
Purushaha.
Very good. Purushaha. Excellent. Many trees.
Ikshaha.
Vrikshaha. Bahu samichinam. Many spoons.
Chamashaha.
Bahu samichinam. Chamasaha.
Chamasaha.
Chamasaha. Many glasses.
Chashuka.
Bahu samichinam. Chashakaha. Oh, well done. You remember. Oh, this is so good. Many clouds.
Meghaha.
Meghaha. Many years.
Karnaha.
Karnaha. Karnaha. Very good. Many fathers.
Jananiyaha.
Janakaha. Fathers. Janakaha. Many thanks.
Many what?
Bahudhanevada.
Many thanks. Thank yous.
Bahudhanevadaha.
Dhanyavadaha. Okay. Excellent. 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 Okay. So that's how the plurals for masculine words go. Masculine words that end in a. Huh? So we're still talking about akaranta. Excellent. Now let's look at feminine words that end in a. Now the a becomes ah. Okay. So Radha, one Radha, many Radha. One Rama, Many Ramaha. So what will many girls be?
Balikaha.
Balikaha. Many girl students.
Chhatraya.
Chhatraha. Bahu samichinam. Chhatraha. Many milkmaids. Gopika.
Gopikaha.
Gopikaha. Many lady doctors. Vaid, vaid,
Vadyaha.
Vaidyaha. Bahu samichinam. Okay. Pritha.
Pritaha.
Prithaha. Many garlands.
Malaha.
Shaka.
Malaha. Yes, malaha. Many saris.
Satikaha.
Shatikaha.
Satikaha.
Shatikaha. Many boats. Nauka.
Naukaha.
Naukaha. Nasika, many noses.
Nasikaha.
Nasikaha. Um, many plates. Sthalika. Sthalika. Sthalikaha. Many stories. Krishna story. Krishna?
Katha.
Kathaha. Oh, very good, very good. Teacher. Lady teacher.
Adhyapikaha.
Adhyapikaha or shikshikaha. Oh, brilliant. Old woman.
Vridhaha.
Bahu samichinam. Vridhaha. Ant. Do you know what's an ant?
Oh, yeah.
Pipilikaha. Yeah, ant is pipilika. Okay, pipilikaha. Okay, excellent. So we know this, right? Yeah. Okay, now female words that end in E. Yeah.
Like,
Parvati, Parvatya. Okay, not Parvatyaha. What does Parvatyaha mean?
possessive.
Possessive, yes. Belonging to Parvati, right? So, many Parvatis, Parvatya. Yeah. So, remember we talked about this, what is a good way to remember it? So we said apostrophe, possessive has an apostrophe. So we said Parvatis. And Yah has a diacritic. So if we say Parvatyah, it means we are saying Parvati with an apostrophe S. But if we say Parvatyah, it is Parvatis without the apostrophe S. That was one way of remembering it. Another way was Yah is long, but it does not really mean many. Yeah. So if you can think of another way to remember that, great. Okay. So Parvati, many Parvatis, Parvatyah. Ankani, Ankanyah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you want to move your head or something so that when it's plural, you know to do something like yeah, something like that instead of yaha. I don't know. Maybe it's, just kinesthetic, some kind of movement that you make when it's plural. So for me, it's just the movement of the head. Parvatyah, many.
Okay.
So anything that you are able to. So what would you say for many Devis? Devi. What happened?
I'm just looking for.
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
Devi.
Shish.
Devyah.
Oh, Devi.
David.
Oh, what did you say? Oh, I'm so sorry. Did that sound like baby? Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. No problem.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
Devi.
Sorry, Devi.
Divya.
Devyah.
Divya.
Devyah. Vamshi.
Shyaha.
Vamshyah. Janani.
Jananya.
Anguli.
Angulya.
Angulyah. Lekhani.
Lekhanya.
Lekhanyah. Nartaki.
Nartakyaha.
Nartakyah. Yah na? Yah. Nartakyah. Malati.
Malatyaha.
Malatyah. Madhavi.
Madhavyaha.
Madhavyah. Veni.
Venyaha.
Venyah. Kashi.
Kashyaha.
Nadi.
Nadiyaha.
Vrinda and Prahlad, please repeat and say it loudly also, okay? Yeah. Ghati.
Ghatiyaha.
Ghatyah. Ghatyah. Duravani.
Durvanyaha.
Duravanyah. Rohini.
Rohanya.
Rohinyah. Now, Subhadra.
Subhadre. Subhadre. Subhadriyaha.
Subhadraha.
Subhadraha. Aha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So Subhadra, Subhadraha. But Kartari, see, it's very simple. Okay. With feminine, it is actually, you are actually adding aha only. Let me show you. Okay. So suppose I were to, suppose the word is what? Kartari. Okay. Right? Now, if I just...
We can't read.
Oh, yeah. Right. I've got to switch screens. Keep forgetting. Are you able to see that?
Yes.
Okay. So the word is kartari. Okay, and let me increase that font size just a bit. Okay. Kartari. Now to kartari, to make it plural, if all I did was just add aha. Okay. So sorry, aha. Now how would you read this? Yes, kartariyaha, right? Now this E is actually just replaced with this. Kartariyaha. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. because when you say it, how would you say it? Don't just say kartari, kartariyah. Sorry, kartariyah. Okay. So any word, let's say janani, just add ah to it.
Janya.
Yeah, jananyah. Correct? Jananyah. Lakshmi,
Lakshmi.
Lakshmiyah. So basically what you are doing is just adding ah to it. However, jananyah. Problem is, if you add yah, it becomes possessive. So to differentiate that, it becomes yah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it is not kartaryah, it is kartaryah. Plurals are yah,
Not long. Yeah.
not long. Does it make sense? So let's try a few more words. Bhagini, bhaginyah, bhaginyah. Janani, jananyah. Tushti, yah. Jahnavi,
Jahnavi.
Jahnavyah, Jahnavyah. Malini,
Malanya.
Malinyah. Shruti, Shrutyah. Sumukhi, Sumukhyah. Okay, is that clear? And when it is Kavita, Kavitaah. Lata,
Nataha.
Lataah. Kalika, Petika,
Kritika.
Petikaah. Varsha,
Varsha.
Rotika,
Kritika.
Rotikaah. Goshala,
Goshala.
Pathashala,
Pathashala.
Bahu Samchina. Okay, now if you see these two both end in ah, masculine and feminine ending in ah. Okay, so if you come across an unfamiliar word and it's ending in ah, you might want to then pick up the dictionary to see whether it's masculine or feminine. Okay. For instance, Chhatraha. Is that masculine or feminine?
Feminine.
What do you think, Prahlad and Brinda? Is that masculine or feminine? Chhatraha means boy student. Right? Saha Chhatrah. Te Chhatraha.
Okay.
Now, look at the word Chhatra. Sa Chhatra. Taha Chhatraha. Do you get that?
Can't see how to distinguish it, and if the pronoun wasn't there.
Yes, excellent point. So, in which case we will have to look at the pronoun, or we'll have to look at any adjective. Okay, for instance, can you see that? Now these are both plural forms, right? Can you give me the singular for each of those?
Sundara.
First one, Sundaraha Chatraha. And the second one, Sundari Chatraha.
Okay, so Sundariyah Chhatraha is Sundaraha Chhatraha, is it? And the other one is everyone agreed to that?
No.
Okay, Mataji, what do you think it is?
I think Sundariyaha. The first one, Sundariyaha.
Sundari.
Sundari.
Yes.
It's Sundari because it's Yaha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, Bhadra Mataji, Sundari. What is the plural of Sundari?
Sundariyaha.
Sundariyaha.
Ah.
Okay.
So Sundariyah Chhatraha would be here. Sundari Chhatra would become Sundariyah Chhatraha. Sundaraha,
Chhatra.
plural of Sundaraha is
Sundaraha.
Sundaraha.
Yeah.
Sundaraha Chhatraha. Sundaraha Chhatraha. Make sense?
Mm.
So maybe we need to do some, not just from singular to plural, but also plural to singular exercises.
Mm.
Okay, so we'll do that in a short while. Let's come back to move that and put it at the bottom here. Okay, neuter. In case of neuter words, the is replaced by ani. Patram, patrani. Kankatam, kankatani. Pushpam, Pushpani. Mukham.
Mukhani.
Mukhani. Netram.
Netrani.
Netrani. Griham.
Grihani.
Dhanam.
Dhanami.
Mitram.
Mitrani.
Pustakam.
Pustakani.
Pustakani. Vastram.
Vastrani.
Madhuram.
Maduran.
Nagaram.
Nagaram.
Nagara.
Vanam.
Banani.
Vanani.
Vanani.
Vanani. Chitram.
Chitrani.
Balam.
Balani.
Aranyam.
Aranyani.
Aranyani. Phalam.
Phalani.
Vatayanam. Window. Vatayanam. He write it out for you. Vatayanam. Correct. Vatayanani. Yeah, the is replaced by ani. Vatayanam, vatayanani. Yanam.
Yanani.
Yanani. Excellent.
What's Yanam?
Yanam means vehicle.
Vehicle.
Vehicle, yes. So you would have Basyanam or Relayanam or Karyanam.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What else can we think about? Vimanam.
Vimanani.
Vimanani. Sopanam.
Sopanani.
Sopanani. Sopanam means steps. Sopanani. Simhasanam. Simhasanani. Excellent. Chatram.
Chatrani.
Chatrani. Nakshatram.
Nakshatrani.
Excellent. Okay. Champakam. Champakani. Swargaha.
Swargani. Swargani.
Swargaha.
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 Swargaha. Swargaha. Swargaha. Swargaha. Makaraha. Makaraha. Shukaha. Shukaha. Kapotaha. Kakaha. Mayuraha. Mayuri. Mayuryah. Excellent. Mayuryah. Uh,
Is
Shuchi. Sorry?
Mayuri, is that female peacock?
Yes.
Okay.
Suchi.
Suchiyaha.
Suchyah.
Yeah.
Suchyah. Devata.
Devataha.
Devataha. Okay. And see, Devata is actually a feminine word, huh?
It's interesting.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Devata, Devataha. So if you want to talk about masculine Devatas, that would be Devaha,
Devaha.
Devaha. Excellent. Okay. Churika,
Vikaha.
Churikaha. Diksha,
Diksha.
Dikshaha. Lekhakaha,
Vikaha.
Lekhakaha. Lekhakaha. Lekhika, Lekhikaha. Dwaraka,
Dwara.
Mathura,
Mathura.
Mathuraha. Puri,
Puryaha.
Puryaha. Sannyasini,
Sanyasiniyaha.
Sannyasinyaha. Excellent. Marjani, Marjanyaha. Grihini,
Grihanya.
Grihinyaha. Ghati,
Suchiyaha.
Ghatyaha. Vastram,
Vastrani.
Vastrani. Excellent. Kamalam,
Kamalani.
Kamalani. Mukham,
Mukhani.
Mukhani. Netram,
Netrani.
Netrani. Udaram,
Udarani.
Udarani. Annam,
Anna.
Annani. Mishthanam,
Nishtani.
Mandiram,
Mandirani.
Mandirani. Um, Hridayam,
Hridaya.
Dayani.
Kadali Phalam,
Kadalipalani.
Swadupalam,
Swadu.
Amraphalam,
Amrapalani.
Amram,
Amran.
Amrani. Putri,
Putrani. Oh no, Putri. Yeah.
Putriyaha,
Putriyaha.
Putriyaha. Putraha,
Putra.
Putraha. Mahila,
Mahila.
Mahilaha. Okay. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to throw some plurals at you, and I want you to change them to singular. Okay. um, Padatrani.
Sorry, can you say it again, please?
Padatrani. Padatranam. Very good. Padatranam. Yutakani.
Yutakam.
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 Yutakam. Vakyani.
Vakyam.
Sorry?
Vakyam.
Vakyam. Very good. Very good. Udyanani.
Udyanam.
Udyanam. Excellent. Sasyani.
Sasyam.
Sasyani.
Sasyam.
Sasyanam. Not sure what the word is.
Sasyani. Let me write it out.
Sasyam.
Sasyam.
Sasyam. Yes, very good. Sasyam. Yeah, Sasyani. Sasyam. Makes sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Alukani.
Alukam.
Alukam. Alukam. Chakrani.
Chakram.
Chakram. Bhavanani.
Bhavanam.
Bhavanam.
Anam.
Sanganakani.
Sanganam.
Sanganakam. Parnani.
Pranam.
Parnam. Yes.
Sanganam.
Parnam. Dugdhani.
Dugdham.
Dugdham.
Kankanani.
Kankanam.
Kankanam. Bhaginyah.
Bhaginiya. Bhagini.
Bhagini.
Bhagini. Yes. Bhaginyah. Bhagini. Mahishyah.
Mahishi.
Mahishi. Venyah.
Veni. Veni.
Veni. Very good. Bhadrah.
Bhadra.
Bhadra.
Bhadra. It can be either Bhadra or Bhadrah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Depending on whether you're a boy or a girl.
Depending on whether you're a boy or a girl. Okay. Saraswatyah.
Saraswati.
Saraswati. Makshikah.
Makshika.
Makshika. Or Makshikah. Depending on whether it's a boy or a girl fly. Dvichakrikaah.
Dvichakrika.
Dvichakrika. Very good. Okay. Siktavartikaah.
Siktavartika.
Siktavartika. Karunaah.
Karuna. Karuna.
Yeah, it can be either Karuna or it can be Karunaha. because karuna means mercy, merciful. So that could be either a male or a female, depending on the ending. But if it is karunaha, it is still karunaha. If it is karuna, it is still karunaha. What was that, Mataji? Bhadra Mataji?
Oh, you can't see it though. I've got Karuna on my diary.
Yeah, karuna. Okay. Okay. Champakaha.
Champaka.
Champakaha.
Champaka.
Goshalaha.
Ushala.
Goshala. Pathashalaha.
Patala.
Pustakalayani.
Pustikalaya.
Actually, it's wait. Pustakalayaha. Vidyalayaha. Pustakalayaha. So pustakalayaha. 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 Yeah, alayaha. Alayam. Alayaha. Alayam. Alayaha. Okay, now I managed to confuse myself. Just give me 1 minute while I check that out. Alayah. Okay, it could be both alayah or alayam. So I'm good.
What do you mean it could be both? I don't know.
So this particular word, alaya, could either be a masculine word or a neuter word, depending on its ending. So you could say alayam, which is also correct, or alayah, which is also correct.
Okay.
So if it is alayam, pustakalayam, what would it be?
Pustakalayani.
Pustakalayani. Excellent. Yeah. Vrikshaha.
Vriksha. Vriksha.
Vrikshaha. Vrikshaha. Prashnaha.
Prashnaha.
Prashnaha means question. Prashnaha. Prashnaha. Swargaha.
Swarga. Swarga.
Swargaha. Samudraha.
Samudra.
Samudraha. Okay. So I guess it's just going to take a lot of practice. So think of words, look around your house, find words for it on your dictionary and convert it into plural.
Okay.
Sheetakam, refrigerator. So what is the plural?
Sheetakani.
Sheetakani. Okay. Coming back to our lesson.
Can you send that the plurals sheet out again that you showed at the beginning? Please?
Oh yes, of course. I'll share my screen again. So then we have aham, vayam. So this bit I think we'll do next time, okay? I'll send you the sheet, but today I would like you to focus on absolutely, you know, even in your sleep, if you're woken up and you're asked, patram, you should say patani. You just shouldn't have to think about it. Or if I told you takrani, go takram. Dvijaha, Dvijaha,
Dvija. Dvija.
Dvijaha. Yeah. Lekhanyaha, Lekhani. Without having to think about it. Only when you get to that stage will you stop confusing yourself. Every time, otherwise every time you see lekhanyaha, you're going to say, oh, that's plural, pens. But no, it is actually possessive. Okay, so till you are very, very clear between the yaha and the yaha in feminine and the plural forms without getting confused, just go at it.
Okay.
Keep hammering away. If you remember, I've sent you some time ago a whole a document of about, I think, 10 pages, and I've called it names of various things or something like that, names for various things or something like that.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, it has the names for, well,
So many.
vegetables, things around the house, animals, birds. It's got, plus I've sent you other lists as well, parts of your body, names for your relatives. Use all of that.
Okay.
Use those lists. Convert masculine words to feminine. So for instance, if you have Mayuraha, figure out what the feminine would be, might be. Mayuri, Mayura, doesn't sound quite right. Mayuri. Yeah. Check out the, so basically what I'm asking you to do is have a bit of a fool around with all those lists in terms of just have fun with them. Go through, try to make plurals out of them, try to change the gender in there and see what you come up with. But unless you actually start doing this, you're not going to get familiar with the words. And then, making sentences and so on, it's just going to be that much more difficult. And so many words then remain unfamiliar to us. Yeah. Okay, so we'll stop out here. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Fine.
बहु धन्यवादाः.
बहु धन्यवादः.
आगामि सोमवासरे मिलामः सायंकाले.
शुभरात्रि.
शुभरात्रि. शुभसप्ताहं भवतु. हरे कृष्ण.
Krishna. Hare Bol.
हरि हरि.